Hello everyone, my name is George, also known as the Canal Conqueror. Welcome to my first wax removal video. A couple of procedures for you today, so let's get into it. So, getting into the first here, so we've got a full wax occlusion here. I'm using the wax scope, which is a new system that I've recently started using. I've been doing wax removal for a fair few years now, but I've recently started using this scope. This is a brilliant device. Really lets me be able to see exactly what I'm doing in the ear and produce some great videos for you guys. So I'm going in with the standard size suction tube. So there's a lot of different suction tube sizes we use. Tends to be that we use this one we use the most, just because it's the largest size that we should use for oral microsuction. It gives us enough power to be able to remove the wax without being too big in the ear. We have a lot of different range sizes that we use. It tends to be the smaller the suction tube is, the less power we tend to have, and the less noise we're putting into the ear. You'll see later in the video when I'm taking some wax actually off the eardrum that the smaller suction tube is essential for minimising noise in the ear and just to get a bit more fine movements and a bit of a better view on the wax. So just going back into the ear now. So I've used a fair amount of medical grade olive oil in the ears. That just really helps to lubricate the canal walls, so I can try and pull the wax forward as much as possible and bring it out. You'll see in a minute that the camera can go slightly white at times. That's just where some of the peripheral hairs of the ear canal at the entrance are just in the way of the light source, basically. I can still see exactly what I'm doing. It's just that at the moment I'm on the wax and I don't really want to move away from it if possible. When we get a good grip on the wax, we like to stay on it, basically. So we're going to start moving forward in a second. What happens is the patient, she did jump slightly, just because a lot of the wax pulled down the tube and we actually opened up a gap. So all of a sudden the suction got a lot louder, so it made her jump suddenly. I think that's going to happen in just a second. If you watch the wax start to move away. Yeah, it all starts moving now. And then yeah, that's when she jumped. So after the procedure, I did show this video to her so she could understand why there was such a change in the noise. So looking into the ear now, you can see a big gap around the middle. Down there's the eardrum. So basically, that's just where the increase in the noise of the suction has increased, and she's just jumped basically. So I'm going to go back in now, clear out the rest that's there. So the main thing when we're doing wax removal is we want to clear the main obstruction and as much as we can out of the ear. We're not trying to get a perfect looking ear, we just want to make sure that the ear is nice and clear and healthy. Any little bits of wax that are there is normal, so we always need a level of natural wax there just as a protection barrier to any dirt or debris that gets in there. So just going in with a suction now. Just wriggling it forward. It's all starting to come out. I think it all comes out in one piece in a second. Just bringing it forward. Here we go. Does that come out in one bit? So a little bit about me. I'm a hearing aid audiologist. I've been a hearing aid audiologist for the last few years. I have my own audiology business, so we go around different private opticians, integrating an audiology service into their clinics, and wax removal was a big part of that. So bringing these videos to you guys just gets you to see a bit of what we do day to day, bring some interesting cases to you guys to see. A lot of people find it satisfying, so I thought it'd be a great thing to start doing. So going back to the procedure, I'm just grabbing this wax out the top of the ear canal. So looking back into the ear now, there was just a little bit of peripheral wax on the ear canal, so I'm just going to go in and grab that. This just shows how great the wax scope is and how magnified we can get it. With other visualization methods, you'd never see wax on the ear canal like that. So that's nice and clear now. Looking at the eardrum itself, there was a fair bit of staining to it from where the wax had been pushed against it, but it looks nice and healthy otherwise. So we're going into the other ear now. This side, to be honest, it was even more solid. Came out a little bit easier though. So I'm just going in there first. You can see as I get an immediate suction grip on it, it does start to wriggle slightly, but it's yeah, it needs a fair bit of wriggling to come out. So I'm just wriggling it forwards. There is movement to it, so it's starting to move. Putting the olive oil in there definitely really did help. I'm just going along the sides, trying to bring that wax away from the ear canal, like I said before, to try and bring it into the middle. This is where having the largest suction tip on there really helps, because we're giving the most power we can. I've got a good suction grip on there, so what can happen sometimes is if the wax is slightly drier, we just don't get a full suction seal on the wax, and then it can be quite difficult to pull forwards. So I feel like I've got the best grip in the middle of the wax here. Although I think I might just go off to the side here, get a couple of the bits from the outside, just to try and, what we're trying to do is make this earwax plug as small as possible, so it's trying to come out. Wiggling it a little bit more. You can see, guys, it's really really impacted in there. Been in there for years, I imagine. But there is hope. It is moving. So at this point, I'm just going to that down towards the bottom a little bit more, because I'm just seeing it starting to move away slightly. You can see the bottom of the wax is starting to release itself away from the ear canal. I had a good grip here, so I just persevered with it. Then the whole thing came out at once, which was great. Didn't get it quite on video, but all of it moved forwards. A little bit left in here now. That was the plug, actually. So that was the wax plug. Looking back into the ear now. Just going to focus on that eardrum. Looks lovely and clear, nice and healthy. Second procedure here, I'm just going to show you the ears first. So you can just see right in the distance there's some wax. It's right sat on the top of the eardrum. So this is where the wax comes into its own. I've got a great view of the eardrum. There's not many other visualization methods where you would have such a detailed view of the eardrum. So I'm just going in with a suction there. You can see the actual suction tip I'm using is a lot smaller. That is, again, just to minimise the noise in there and just get a bit more fine control of the wax. Because it's so soft, we don't need a lot of power to grab the wax. Just going back in there now. That eardrum is nice and healthy. There's no staining on the eardrum of where the wax was sat, so that's absolutely brilliant. Going on to the other side, right on the eardrum again, and you can see just how brilliant the view is. So just going to kiss the surface of the wax, and then it all pulled forward. Nice in one piece, exactly what we wanted. Doesn't always happen like that. Sometimes we'll get little bits out, not get all of it, and have to go in a few times to get it off the eardrum. But luckily this all came out in one piece. Just pulling it forward. Going to look straight back in the ear again now. Eardrum looks nice and healthy. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I'll get some new videos up soon.